this is why I'll say it for the 15th time on this chat. The money part is fucking people up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because everybody's become a day trader. This is ICO. This is day trading internet stocks. 1999, 2001. I was there. People are fucked up and they're making second by second decisions. Meanwhile, the only reason I believe in VeeFriends has nothing to do with VCon in the next 3 years. It only has to do with my ability to make Empathy Elephant and Patient Panda famous in the next 20 years.
Yes. No, I totally agree. I get the same thing on punks all the time where people are like, oh, like why punks pull back like 5, 10 ETH? I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I never look at the price. Like I'm like, I have my position. I love it and I'm holding on to it, right? Like I want to hopefully pass these on to my kids and my grandkids, and that like it's a family, almost like a family emblem, you know what I mean? Where it a crest, right? And it like that to me is like I don't look at the day to day. It's like I think this is a good long-term investment, and I'm just looking for projects that I think one will be historically relevant because we're still so early, right? Like so what you were saying earlier is like the difference between getting involved in 2017 or 2021, 10 years from now, that's going to be considered the same era. You know what I mean?
G-Money, to that point, the good projects are still very underpriced.
Yeah.
Like for you, right? When you said, man, Gary, I'm very flattered by that, and thank you for saying that publicly. It means a lot to me. You're like, man, it's one of my big misses of the year, VeeFriends. I'm sitting and saying to myself, and I'll just say it now because it got there, I need to hit him up and make him really, 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 really understand he hasn't missed yet. Does it hurt to buy something for 33 ETH instead of 0.5? Of course. But the really, really good projects are still grossly underpriced. And by the way, please, everybody, understand what we're really in right now. Like, too many people are underestimating the real variable. Like somebody said the other day, today actually on Twitter, well, what if Gary V dies, right? Or what if 888 dies? Then their whole project is in trouble. And I was thinking, and I was like, man, people underestimating the access part and overestimating the art and the community part. Let there be no confusion. Cool Cats, Pudgy Penguin, like Lazy Lions, Bored Ape Yacht Club. There's so many things to look at what's broke out there, but then let there be no confusion. At the current prices of every project, unless the founders who are driving these projects execute remarkably over the next decade, the prices today are grossly overpriced.
Yep.
You are not betting on art and community. Watch a community leave so quickly, you won't be able to imagine. Everyone's like, the community's too strong. I'm like, do you know how strong the community was for RoboCop? Do you know how strong the community was for Voltron? Do you know how strong the community was for Neopets or fucking Club Penguin? Let there be no confusion. The communities right now are micro small, and people are spending tens of thousands of dollars. Everybody here that is investing in a PFP is singularly investing in the founders driving the IP creation. And that is audacity and confidence that I'm rolling with because I'm going to fucking pull it off.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, right? Like, I think that, like, the community is the huge aspect of it. I'm really excited. That's why I was excited, to get you involved into the space. When I saw you were getting involved, I'm like, hey, like, I'm at your disposal. Any questions you have, anything I can do to help? Because at this point, it's also about mainstream adoption, right? And, like, the more that we can get people to understand that NFTs are not just JPEGs and that there's so much more, the faster we're going to get to that mainstream adoption. Yeah, right? And that's incredible.
And by the way, what people forget about NFT projects is you're the central bank. You're the operating system. If I will die before I will let my reputation die because of VeeFriends. I will shut down Gary V content and VaynerX, which is now an 1,800 person, $300 million business, before I let VeeFriends be a loss. I can do anything. Anytime, you can do anything. Like I could start a film around VeeFriends and give a piece of the box office to the holders. I could give a piece of VaynerMedia to the whole. What I don't think people understand is once you launch a project, it's completely a direct attribution to who you are. When people are like, oh, Gary's a scam, rug pull, he's this, he's that, I always smile because the reality is you can't hide. It's going to be what it's going to be, meaning I'm going to spend the rest of my life business developing and brand building to make sure the people that hold it win. And if that ends with every single person that holds a VeeFriend owns a small piece of the New York Jets, I have a funny feeling that people that minted fucking VeeFriends in May of 2021 are gonna be happy with the ROI of that.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm a Giants
Roadmap.
fan, so we're on opposite sides there. But I mean, you can only go up from here, right? As a Giants or Jets.
But G-Man, let me give you an idea. I was going to launch a lot of direct-to-consumer brands. I already sold Empathy Wines for 9 figures. I sold Resi for 9 figures to Amex. Like, I'm going to build businesses that are directly based on the characters inside of VeeFriends and give people a piece of that business if they happen to be holding that token.
Yeah.
I don't think people, I'm telling you, I'm going to say it again. Everyone is confused. Oh, it's the community and the art. I'm like, motherfuckers, it's the jockey. Some people don't even know the human beings behind the project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People are confused. People are confused. And by the way, there's a lot of OG Web 2 people in here. So many of those people in 2007 remember this, which was when I entered the scene, everyone's like, oh, this is just a loudmouth. He's going to burn out and not be relevant in a year. And the people that everybody predicted for social media Web 2.0 experts in 2007 compared to me, like, it's so funny. And then here we are 15 years later. Please, everybody. By the way, let me stop pumping myself up. The biggest reason I'm buying Creature is because I think Danny Cole and his crew are going to execute.
Right. Yeah.
There's nothing else. No. I like the art. I like a lot of the art. Ready for this? I like all of the art. On the record, I like everyone's art. On the record. Retweet that, everybody. You want to fucking retweet something? Here it is. On the record, I like everybody's art.